Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Mystic Access Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Kim.
And we're going to talk about some assistive technology that we like or are currently using, or either some other fun things as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a smorgasbord episode. We don't really generally do those. We're usually a little more focused than we are today. But we just kind of wanted to share some fun things with you. And towards the end of the episode, please stay tuned because we would like your input on something. So please stay tuned. We would love your participation, if you will, please. So hang out with us.
I am going to talk about the newest or oldest, depending
on which of us you ask.
Depending on not even which you ask. The thing that I want to talk about is an external synthesizer that I have that I've been using for quite some time. For most people, they will use their sound card and speakers with, say, Eloquence or Deck Talk or Vocalizer Expressive, Ivona, any of those higher quality voices. But I happen to be using a little box that connects to the computer via USB. It is called a Triple Talk Mini, and it is very mini. It is probably the length and the width of 2 fingers straight out. And from side to side, that's about how big it is. And from top to bottom, the height, it's probably about the same. So it's kind of a rectangle. It's connected via a USB mini port. That's where it gets its power. It doesn't have any batteries. And on the one side, it has a volume up and down and an earphone jack. And on the top, which covers most of the top, is the speaker. And the reason I said new or old, depending on how you wanted to look at it, is because the technology of the synthesizer itself, the speech chip, is relatively 25 or so years old. It was first brought out by Randy Karlstrom from RC Systems, and it was called the Double Talk. They used to have an internal double talk and an external double talk. The external ran on a serial port. A company called Access Solutions in the late 90s, early 2000s came up with the Triple Talk USB. And I don't know why they called it the Triple Talk, but it uses the double talk speech. They also have a Deck Talk USB as well for those that like that speech. About a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more, Access Solutions came out with the Triple Talk USB Mini, which is the synthesizer that I have. Currently, it goes for $200, which I think is pretty good. It's pretty reasonable if it's something that you want. One reason why I like it is because I have my speech going to the Triple Talk, and I can mute my sound card if I needed to, and then I would still have speech. So that's one reason why I do like it.
How does something like this differ from a Deck Talk, for instance?
Just the quality of speech.
Okay.
Because the Deck Talk itself, there is a Deck Talk USB made by Access Solutions as well. So they took the serial-based device because in the early 2000s, computers were starting to not come with serial ports. So they were very hard to find. You needed a USB to serial adapter. Sometimes they didn't work. And I guess Access Solutions found a market, or still thought there was a market, for these 2 particular synthesizers. Back in the day, in the early 90s to mid 90s, there were all kinds of synthesizers out there. Some you may actually remember some of them. Some from companies that have been long gone as well. And a lot of them were robotic.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I used to have one of the external Deck Talk units.
Mm-hmm.
So, like back in the 90s. So, I haven't used that in many, many years, but was just curious about the differences and similarities thereof.
Yeah, it's about the same. It's a little box that connects to the computer. Basically, and like I said, instead of connecting via a serial port, it connects via the USB port.
Very interesting. Yes, I've heard your speech. It's not my thing. If I could route some of my other handy dandy flashy voices through something like that, I'd be happy to have something like that as well. But since I can't.
Another option would be to have an external or a separate internal sound card.
Yes.
In that way, you could route your screen reader speech through the other sound card, but then you'd have to have at least another set of speakers.
That's why I have not chosen to take that option currently, because I'm pretty anal about my space requirements anyway.
Right.
And more speakers would make me crazier than I already am. So I'm not quite sure that's the option for me. I think I might just have to live with it. At least with Windows 7, and, I'm currently a 7 user. I'm going to go to 10 when 10 is released. But you're able to change the volume levels of your various sound devices. So that helps.
Exactly. But I just wanted to just talk about this triple talk because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. There are times when we rely on certain technology more than others, and times when we're enjoying pieces of our assistive tech more than others. Speaking of TTS and related topics, I have been using my Ivona TTS voices a lot lately. I got a sweet, sweet deal a couple years ago on Ivona voices. They were having a big holiday discount, and I won't say how much because Chris will get jealous, but I did get a very good deal, and I bought 8 Ivona voices, and they're generally, $50 or so? Real close?
Because Chris didn't get that deal.
Chris had his Ivona voices by the time that I came across this deal. So I had to gloat just a bit, and he's always been a little upset with me for getting such a good deal.
I think to answer the question, they're probably around $45.
Yeah.
Between $35 and $45 each.
Yeah, they're magnificent voices. I, for one, really love them. I know TTS is a very, very, very selective thing. I get that completely. I'm particularly fond of the various Ivona voices that I've received. I have particular fondness for Australian Russell. I also really love the 3 British voices, Brian, Amy, and Emma. Mm-hmm. I like them a lot. I really like all the voices. I have the 2 Welsh English voices as well. I also have the Indian English voice. I don't remember her name at the moment. And I have Sally, one of the American English voices. I'm very, very fond of my Ivona voices. I've used them a lot recently, just reading things online. After having finished the tutorial, it's actually been really nice just to kind of sit back and play some normal voices, because I've had it on a faster, sappy 4 voice that has just moved very speedily along. So it's nice to put some of my more high-quality voices to use lately and be able to just pleasure read as I'm scrolling through internet resources and, various things. So that's been a lot of fun. Coming up in the near future, I think we may have mentioned that we're going to do a series of TTS podcasts. So definitely stay tuned for that. That is coming in the near future in the pipeline. Another thing that I've really been enjoying using lately is my 1st gen Brilliant 40 Braille display. It's created by Baum, I believe, but Humanware is selling it. Is that how that works? I got mine from a dealer, so I don't remember exactly how this works.
I believe that's how it works.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so. But it's a display that it's the only Braille display that I currently own. In a moment, we're going to move to technology on our Christmas, birthday, 4th of July lists that we're longing to have, and I'll talk more. But one of the things that I really love about it is just the crispness of the Braille and the joy of having a 40-cell display. I was used to having a 32-cell display for years and years and years. It eventually died on me. It's ancient technology. And I was very happy a few years ago to acquire this Brilliant for a song, and have thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it, and particularly lately have been using it a great deal. So that's been fun. And the third thing on my list that I have greatly enjoyed recently, I have just purchased several workouts from blindalive.com. Mm-hmm. Mel Scott is doing a tremendous job over there. If you guys haven't checked out her fitness workouts, just throwing out a plug for Mel, because the Blind Alive team are doing some really stunningly great, fantastic work over there. They're so professionally done. They're high energy. They're So much fun. In fact, I was inspired to buy some weights over the Memorial Day weekend, and they're so cute. They're from Tone Fitness, and you get a set of 2-pound weights, a set of 3-pound weights, and a set of 5-pound weights. They're dumbbells, and they're hourglass shaped. The 2-pound ones are pink, ladies. The 3-pound ones are apple green, and the 5-pound ones are purple. And they come with this little rack that you can place them on. The rack has to be placed together, but all you need is perhaps a little sighted assistance to get you started and a Phillips screwdriver, and you will be good to go. So it's a really nice quality set. I'm very happy with it. And Mel has a couple of weight workouts, 1 and 2, so one's a little more high intensity and probably high impact than the other. But I really wanted to get those. And then I ended up buying a Tone Fitness stability ball at the same time that I bought the weights, because Amazon was having some really good Memorial Day deals. And Chris, who I did not know at the time, had been looking at stability balls for a long time. So when I mentioned this, he goes, "Give me the link." So we are both new stability ball owners at this time.
It's actually the new rage, which which is to sit on your stability ball while you're working.
Yes. If you have any posture issues, you won't after you do this for a few days.
Move the chair completely out of your way, or you will find yourself wanting to gravitate back to the chair. But, once you sit on the ball for a while, it's actually very comfortable.
He says his posture is getting better after, 48 hours or so? You're feeling straighter and taller and...
Well, because you don't have a choice. If you lean back, you're continuing to roll.
The ball goes backwards with you, and you could be going to the ER for a nice visit. So.
Exactly. Or you could smash your head on the side of a desk or something.
Yeah,
so
not good.
You kind of have to not really concentrate, but it's just it's interesting actually.
It's a really nice quality ball. We're both quite impressed with the quality. It comes with its own air pump. It comes with a DVD, which I haven't watched yet. Have you watched it yet?
No, and it also comes with 2 pins.
Yeah, so if you lose one, the pin obviously goes in the ball after you inflate it.
You also need to be careful when removing the ball from the box, because the pins may fall on the floor. I mean, they're just plastic pins.
They're just plastic pins. They just
right.
go in there, into the ball. And when you take them out, you need a penny or a dime or a quarter or something to help start pulling them halfway out, because you will bruise your fingers trying to take it out. Use a coin to pull it partially out. But it's real easy to do. You just inflate it with the air pump and get it to a pretty firm consistency. I think they used to, as of last weekend, they should still come in 55, 65, and 75 centimeter circumferences. You got some options, but we'll put the link in the show notes for you if you guys want to check them out. It's a nice ball. What did we pay? $15 or something?
Something like that. It wasn't much. Yeah, it was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, and it's well worth that. I'm a pretty frugal girl. I like to get my quality for low price. This is a really good quality ball. It's also just fun, I must admit, to let your inner child come out and play and just sit on it and bounce. I mean, come on, really?
It's a trampoline.
It's a trampoline.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trampoline, and it's fun. So that's fun too. And I must admit, just full disclosure, I have not yet used Mel's stability ball workout, but I will, and I'm sure it'll be awesome. We are hoping to get her on the podcast. She and I have a sort of kind of appointment to talk. We're trying to find the time that's going to work for both of us, and we're going to talk about it and chat, and we'll have an appearance for her, hopefully in the very near future. So stay tuned for that. Looking forward to talking with her and sharing more of her stuff. But we will put her website in the show notes for you in case you want to go check out what she's doing. She also has a YouTube video where you can listen to a little mini workout. I think it's like 18 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. So you can kind of hear the quality of what they're doing over there. It's really, really good stuff.
I believe she also had a recent Tech Talk appearance, correct?
Pretty recent. Yeah, you might have to go back a couple pages in the archives. I want to say January, but I've listened to a lot of the older Tech Talk appearances recently, so don't hold me to that. You might just have to go back a few pages, but she and Lisa Salinger were on talking about the Blind Alive products and how she got started. And it's a good story. It's one that I could relate to, and I'm sure it's one that some of you could relate to as well. So definitely worth checking that out. And she's a very nice lady. She's doing some really fabulous work. So something I would definitely recommend checking out. So when we're not using our TTS and My Braille display and bouncing on our balls, we're also wishing for future enjoyment for some assistive technology. What assistive technology are you longing to add to your Christmas birthday? Well, Christmas and your birthday are a long way away. So 4th of July, Labor Day.
It would be everyday present.
Everyday present, yeah.
I actually want something that was just released yesterday. This podcast is being recorded on the 29th of May, 2015. And the device that I want is the new Trekker Breeze Plus. Being a Sendero GPS user since 2002, really. I like the whole wayfinding aspect, but I also like the self-contained aspect of the Trekker Breeze. Having used the original Trekker Breeze, one thing I did not like was its receiver. The receiver in the Trekker Breeze was not very good at all. You would be walking around, you would drop connections, it would acquire the connection to the satellites, and you may be in a different city without even moving. So I actually saw that happen a couple times with the Trekker Breeze. But they have updated it to more recent GPS chipsets, which acquire faster. And by acquiring, that means that it gets this connection to the satellite much faster. They're saying within 30 seconds, sometimes within 5 seconds, you may get your GPS fix. That really all depends. I won't get too into it, but it really all depends on how long it's been since you've turned on your GPS. Like, for example, if you're in New York City and you turn off your GPS, you board a plane and land in LA, turn your GPS on, it may take you longer because the GPS thinks that it was in New York, so it has to figure out where you are, versus if you walk to the coffee shop, turn your receiver off, and hang out at the coffee shop for a couple of hours and turn your receiver back on, you're pretty much going to get it like that. So, but I really want one of those new Trekker Breezes.
Yeah, that's something you've been kind of encouraging me to look into for quite a while. I'm in a rural area and actually don't have as much experience with GPS as perhaps some other people do. I'm very much novice. And it's just because our cell reception around here has been terrible for years. And
you don't need cellular coverage.
No, not for this. Not
No.
for this. That's one. I think that's one of the reasons that you encouraged me to consider this, and that was what, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an interesting concept. It's something that I would consider when finances allow to dive in and look at something like this a little more closely, because I, like you, really like the one-handed ability.
Yes.
To utilize something like this.
Yeah, you can hold it in one hand and operate it in one hand. In the same hand. Yep.
That's very nice, and it's still small enough, I would think, to put in your purse. And
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's very cool.
What about you?
I want a piece of assistive technology that has not yet come out. Keep obsessively checking the page to see when it will come out. I want the HIMS Smart Beetle 14-cell Braille display. And it connects to 6 different devices simultaneously, 1 through USB and 5 through Bluetooth. That just sounds like a dream to me. I am a diehard Braille user and have been forever. I really love reading stuff in Braille. When I have the opportunity, it's something that I really enjoy doing. I don't do it all the time, but I like to know that the option is there. And I was listening to Jenny Axler's recent BBQ appearance, and she was talking about how cute it is and you can put it in your purse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just don't tempt me any further to get this device and save up for this device because I want it really bad. So, of course, I've got this really nice Braille display, but it's not very portable. You know, it's a 40 cell. Now, 14 cell's a whole other critter. I can just take that with me anywhere and connect via Bluetooth, never have to change my Bluetooth connection or anything, modify it in any way. So, you know, as long as you've got five devices or fewer that you're wanting to connect to via Bluetooth, you don't even have to disconnect or modify anything. So
Exactly.
I am really looking forward to it. And it has a full Perkins style keyboard, which I do not have with my Brilliant. That sounds awesome. I'm just totally excited about this device. I really, really want one. So, come on, Hims. Please, please, for those of us longing to get the Beetle, please release it soon, please. So there's only one more piece that we really want to share with you guys this week. And in order to make this happen, we need your help. What we are doing currently, I'm currently finishing up the writing of copy for mysticaccess.com. There are a few pages left. In fact, there are quite a few pages left, but that's my goal. For the end of the first week of June, I want to have the website completed in terms of getting the site copy up and everything ready to go. So that's kind of the goal for the end of the first week of June. So what is that? The 5th? Is
Yes.
next Friday the 5th? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by the end of next week, I would like to have the website basically finished until new products are added. And that's a whole other story that we'll get to in the next podcast. I'm not ready to talk about that yet, but there are a couple things that are in the pipeline. So one of the things that we're doing currently is putting our virtual training options up on the website. The reason that I just called it virtual training is because we can offer it to you over the phone, via Skype, or
Via the Talking Communities room that we have.
Yes, we have a new Talking Communities room. We are very excited about this because what we want to start doing is offering some classes, some free, some paid, some meetings, just some fun things for you guys. And we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun to share the room. And I have something in the pipeline that it's halfway in development. It's being framed up right now. I hope to have it ready within the next couple weeks, and we'll be excited to announce it to you guys very soon. But in the meantime, we're probably going to come up with a couple other goodies for the month of June. So do stay tuned. There will be things on our virtual events, Talking Communities room calendar for the month of June, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way that we can offer you training. And in doing so, either via Skype, via phone, or via our Talking Communities room, we can and will offer you recordings of the training that you will be receiving. That's something that's important to us. It's something that we found is important to clients. If they can have that to listen back to and refer back to again and again and again, it can only help in facilitating and helping to maintain what you're learning. So I think it's a great option. We hope you think it's a great option and that it's something that you will appreciate. But all that to say, we are getting our training options ready to go up on the website. We've been talking about it just this morning and getting ready to get those pages up for you. We want to know where you are needing help. Where are your pain points? What are the problems with your assistive technology that you are having? As general or as specific as you like. Now, please do note, our training is not free. There will be various price points for the various training topics that we are offering. Some will be lower than others. Our goal is to keep all as reasonable as possible while giving you the highest quality training we can.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
We want to be able to give you a really, really great experience. So in order to do that most effectively, we would love to know what you're interested in having training on. Even if it's something, and we've had this discussion, we'd love to know what you think about it. Even having some sort of group or one-on-one, like where are you having your assistive tech issues? It doesn't have to be your tablets, your phones, your Android devices, your Apple devices. This can be something as simple or as complex as you like. For instance, you're looking for a new computer. You're looking for a new wireless keyboard. You're trying to figure out how to make your printer work with your device, and you know something small is wrong, but you're not quite sure what. You know it has to be something simple. Little things there are all sorts of weirdnesses that we get into with our assistive tech. Both of us just had the worst assistive tech week imaginable. It was not pretty. So, we understand that. We get that. And please remember that we are utilizing this stuff on a daily basis, personally, in addition to professionally. Mm-hmm. So this is our life. This is something that, like you, we are struggling with and enjoying and benefiting from and screaming at as often as you guys are, probably. So sometimes more often, probably.
Right.
So we really want to help you out with what's going on with you. Where are your frustrations? Where is something that you really think I could benefit from some training from a couple people who are knowledgeable and who can help me and who will do it in a way that is both fun and empowering for me. That's really important to us. Now, there are areas where one of us has more extensive experience than others. If you want GPS training, you want to talk to Chris, not me. I think that's pretty obvious to everyone.
Right.
So, that's just something to note. Some of the things that we're going to put on the website, you'll be able to choose which of us you want if you have a preference, or you can just say whichever of us. I mean, it's the two of us. So you're going to get one of us or the other. In some things, such as stream training, you're going to get me. So, it's just, some things you're going to get your preference, and some things you'll get whichever of us can most efficiently and effectively help you. All this to say, we would love to hear from you. Email us, info@mysticaccess.com. You can reach both of us at that address. Let us know what's going on. You can also feel free to call the podcast comment line if you would prefer to leave your comment via phone. That number is 716-543-3323 and hit option 2. That will take you to the comment line. You are very welcome to leave us a voicemail. We really want to customize the offerings that we are creating to help you the most. So we'd love to know what would interest you. Would you like to have some not so specific technology assistive tech discussions like I was mentioning previously? Would that be of use to you? Would it be something you would like to have in a group setting? Would it be more comfortable for you to have something like that done one-on-one? And speaking of comfortable and one-on-one, please note that anything that you send us in the comment line or via email is strictly confidential. We're the only ones reading this stuff. It's not going to go out on the podcast or anything. We just want to know where your pain points are, what you would like help with, what is bugging you in your assistive technology life and world currently. So feel free to get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. info@mysticaccess.com. or call the comment line at 716-543-3323 and press 2 to reach the comment line.
Thank you very much for listening to us ramble about the past, the present, and the future.
Woohoo! Yay! Yeah. We just wanted to talk to you guys. It's been a while since we've done an actual podcast, I suppose. It's been a couple weeks. So.
Yep, the last couple ones were stream related.
They were stream related, and the tutorial's out there if you want to come check it out. But, we wanted to kind of get back onto our regularly scheduled fun podcasts and just share some things that are interesting to us right now. We really appreciate, guys. We appreciate your support. We love hearing from you. It's just, we've kind of been thrilled at this launch, and I just feel like saying, we're very grateful for your support, for your kind words. It's meant a lot to us. For me, kind of stepping into this field, dipping my toe in the water in a big way here with this huge tutorial. It's been a great deal to hear your feedback and your critique and your comments. So just thank you for listening to us and sharing parts of your day with us. It means a lot.
Thank you very much. Have a good day and bye.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Demonstration
Bye.
of what the Triple Talk PCI sounds like. Voice: perfect Paul, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Hello, I am Perfect Paul.
Hello, I am Beautiful Betty.
Hello, I am Huge Harry.
Hello, I am Frail Frank.
Hello, I am Dr. Dennis.
Hello, I am Kit the Kid.
Hello, I am Uppity Ursula.
Hello, I am Rough Rita.
Hello, I am Whispering Wendy.
Together we make up the 9 voices of the new Deck Talk USB.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. To contact us, please visit www.mysticaccess.com. Call us 716-543-3323 and press 2 to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at show@mysticaccesspodcast.com and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/mysticaccess. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Please tell your friends and colleagues to visit us at www.mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy what you hear on our podcasts, feel free to leave us an iTunes rating and review. We certainly appreciate those. Also, you may feel free to use our podcasts in your own RSS feed. Just be sure that all of our contact information is left intact. Thanks for spreading the word, and thanks for listening. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode.